The Accountant General of the Federation is to appear before the House Committee on Finance on Monday to provide insight into the alleged loss of revenue by the Nigeria Shippers Council. This is as many agencies of government took turns to speak on the performance of their capital expenditure and the revenues generated. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa reports.
It's day 2 of the interactive session between members of the House Committee on Finance and heads of agencies of the federal government. The day's legislative business was restricted to budget defense of the MDAs for the years 2018 to 2020, and with particular reference to capital expenditure and revenues generated.
Each time you come for MTEF consideration, it is expected that we look back to what had happened in the last 3 years. The only difference in this one is that we are looking at capital.
Of the 13 agencies listed for appearance, a few whose heads were not around were turned back. The Nigeria Shippers Council says the mandatory 2% of the 7% from the total development levy at the ports is usually handed over to it by the Nigeria Customs Service without its input.
Of that sum, which is paid to the council quarterly, usually what we have every quarter comes to about 3.5 billion. That really, Mr. Chairman, has actually been the greatest challenge of the Shippers Council.
This prompted the lawmakers to invite the Accountant General of the Federation and the Nigeria Customs Service for clarification.
We'll bring Accountant General's office to come and tell us. So, Clerk, invite Accountant General's office on the issue of collections by customs, especially the surcharge, the 7% surcharge.
The Nigerian Space Research and Development Agency also had its turn on its budget performance.
We have about 20 projects, starting with the hardware components for development or deployment of pink matters, processor software, and to NASDAQ.
The committee says it will not honor the 2022 budget proposal of any federal government agency, ministry or department that fails to defend its past budgets before it. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.